Hi everyone, Christina Maria Gadar here with Open Access Pilates Archives, and today I'm going to share my vintage hand weight or dumbbell collection with you. So the first pair I'm going to share are these wooden dumbbells. I believe they're from the 1920s. They obviously have a resemblance to the push-up devices. We see those push-up devices in the background of some of the archival photos of Joe, and one has to wonder if this shape was maybe the inspiration for those push-up devices. I use these mostly as display though, because wood gets really light over time. So they say they're 1 pound, but they're really light as a feather. So I use them as a display. I'm including these reproduction vintage weights. These are the mini weighted bars that were used by, or a reproduction of the ones that were used by Kathy Grant, Joseph Pilates, a student who went on to teach at the Bendel department store and at NYU. I love these. They're 3/4 pounds each. I use these for learning wrist placement because you can cue parallel or horizontal for things like rowing. You can stack them. You can work the evenness and open the chest. So these are really, really practical for those things. So I find them to be very, very useful. And then for my 2-pound weights, I have these German cast iron weights. So cast iron, that's not going to get lighter over the years. These are wonderful. I love the blue color. These are from Germany. They were made by Benz, B-E-N-Z. I have another pair of 2-pound weights. These are very special because these are antiques from the 1800s, maybe the late 1800s. They are Eugene Sandow 2-pound weights with grips. They have 3 compression springs, so you can work your grip and you can work the weights as well for your arm muscles. They were originally part of a physical culture appliance. Eugene Sandow was a famous physical culturist, and this was part of a chest expander. So these are not for sale, but I've never had more people inquire if they could purchase something from a vintage collection of mine as I have had with these Eugene Sandow dumbbells. If I could find them, you can too. I found these on Etsy. You can also try eBay, and you can also do local vintage picking. Those are my tips. Now, these are really wonderful. I love these 3-pound cast iron dumbbells. I don't know the age of them. I love that they have flat ends so that for things like the zip up or shave, you have that for feedback. They have these beveled edges that are great for storage. You don't have to worry about them falling. And the center grips have these grooves and they're narrow, so it's really good for working the curled finger grip. Both long finger grip and curled fingers are good. And I just love this for the curled finger grip. And I featured these cast iron hand weights in my video to reproduce the arm circles that Joseph Pilates archived on the spine corrector. In addition to these, I have heavier weights. Now, Romana, my teacher, recommended that we not use more than 3 pounds with our clients, but these are 5-pound weights, and these are like miniature barbells, and they are up to 5 pounds. The center, it's made by Healthways. Center part is 1 pound. Each disc is half a pound, making them up to 5 pounds each. The blue discs always go on the end, and you can make it lighter if you so desire. I am the second owner of these dumbbells. They came with the original box. The previous owner lived into her 90s, and she did use these regularly, I'm told. They were called glamour bells, and they could be converted into boots, glamour boots. And they also came with some amazing booklets that could be a video just on their own, with really cool instructions. Lots of the exercises really remind me of Pilates exercises like double leg stretch and 1-leg circles we can see here when they're used as foot weights. Now, it's not uncommon to find this brand of dumbbell, but what is uncommon is to find them in the original box with the booklets and, the most crucial part, the straps to convert them into the foot weights. They have 2 grommets. You remove the center 1-pound weight. You have the metal rod, and you thread the 2 grommets through that, and then you have that in the middle. You add the weights as needed, as wanted. The blue one's always on the end. Make it as wide or narrow as you need for your foot. And then you attach it, you buckle it to your foot, and you have foot weights. So Joseph Pilates, he used a 3-tier shelf like this by his guillotine apparatus to store his dumbbells and his weighted shoes. I have a vintage pair of reproduction weighted shoes because I found these vintage 1-pound metal weights, and I featured that already. So I use this 3-tier shelf the same way Joe did by my guillotine apparatus. So a shout out to Wooden Soil Shop of Vancouver, Washington for making this custom shelf for me and for adding the special surprise and engraving Gadar Pilates on the end. Lastly, I want to share with you this cute vintage Valentine's card. It features 2 little girls holding dumbbells like this. I believe it's from the 1920s, and the best part is it says, "I'm no dumbbell, love Valentine." So I love that it shows strong women to be taken seriously. So that's my dumbbell collection. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned, there's more to come.